Hey, Theodore here from High Flow Drainage Solutions. In this video, we're going to be showing you a downspout drainage system that we installed for a commercial client. These are actually downspout drains that are going on commercial storage sheds. So we're daylighting these pipes, which was the best option for the situation as we can go right into this little ditch that's right next to the street. The main pipe we're using is corrugated pipe that's dual-walled, which means the inside of it is flat to allow the water to move quicker through the pipe. We have to keep this in mind because we're going to be moving quite a bit of water during a heavy rain event in this area, as there's quite a bit of roof for each one of these gutter downspouts. We also need to keep in mind that in this area there's going to be quite a bit of travel. Trucks and trailers and cars are going to be moving over this gravel area, so we chose a pipe that could withstand heavy force being applied to the top of it. Now, the standard operating procedure for installing these is to dig a trench starting at the highest point and then use our laser level to be able to maintain slope as the pipe goes towards the discharge spot. And so that's what we did. We used a laser level to make sure that this thing has slope and will continue going downhill so that the water can leave the area quickly and without getting stuck in any so-called bellies in the pipe. So once we've dug our trench and then we ensure that we have proper slope throughout the entire trench, the next thing to do is to lay the pipe into the trench. We generally connect multiple pieces of pipe using 4-inch pipe tape that is made specifically for this purpose. Once that's done, the last step is to push the remaining soil and the gravel back into the area so that it can cover the pipe. You can see this here. The technical term is backfilling the trench, and we use a little skid steer to push all of that stuff back into the trench and cover it up. And then usually when we're done with that, we actually run over it a couple times to make sure that there's as little settling as possible. Generally, we would backfill this completely with gravel, but the client is planning on adding more gravel, and they agree that we could backfill with the dirt and soil mix. We always try to leave a couple inches of a hill over the trench that we dug so that even if it does settle, it eventually levels itself out. Now, the other side of this storage shed, the client themselves actually installed this French drain. You can see this pipe right here actually has perforations in it, so this is totally intended to be a French drain. But we didn't install this. However, we have been contacted to extend the drainage system from the French drain to the street to ensure proper discharge. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. You can see here we are adding a little bit of dirt back into the trench to ensure proper slope. If it's not deep enough, we'll dig a little deeper, and if it's too much, we can actually take some of that dirt, put it back in, and then pack it down to reach the desired slope. Now again, I did want to show you some footage of what the piping actually looks like before we buried it. This is HDPE, high density polyethylene pipe. It's dual wall, and the inside is smooth. It's not corrugated, just the outside is corrugated. Whenever we have to make a connection, we do it right. We use 4-inch tape that we wrap around 7 or 8 times because this thing is intended to be in the ground for years to come. We don't want to come back and have to fix this. Now, even though this drainage project, the only section that we're working on is the new construction, we actually have a relationship with this builder, and we did the drainage for the previous storage sheds. You can see here, this is the connection we make that go from the tube into the actual downspout itself. It's very sturdy, it's not going to get knocked off, and it looks clean. Unfortunately, while they were trenching to add electrical, they actually snagged one of our previous pipes. You can see here, we've already patched it. It was all snagged up in their trencher, and so they cut it out, and when we came to do our job, we patched it right so that they could run their electrical line and our drainage system would still work properly. If you're in the Kansas City area and you're interested in finding a drainage contractor that will solve the problem right the first time, give us a call with the number below, or take a look at some of our previous work on the rest of our YouTube channel or our website, highflowdrainagesolutions.com. We're licensed, insured, and take pride in making your property look better and function better than before we arrived. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.